Pancake, everyone, dear friends. The American publication The National Interest named the 4 best and most powerful tanks in the world in 2023. The Russian T-14 Armata, the American M1 Abrams, the German Leopard 2 H7+, and the South Korean K2 Black Panther. The average cost of foreign MBTs with improved armor is around $6 to $8 million. The Russian model T-14 Armata costs no more than $4 million. Let's take a look at these models and think about what tanks await us in the future. M1A2 Abrams, United States of America. The Abrams M1A2 is a battle-tested main battle tank developed by General Dynamics Land Systems for the U.S. Army. The tank was created based on the characteristics of the M1A1 and includes modern technologies to provide improved firepower and mobility, making it one of the greatest battle tanks in the world. T-14 Armata, Russia. The T-14 Armata is a new generation Russian tank created by Ural Vagon Zavod (UVZ) for the Russian Army. The main armament of the tank is a 125mm smoothbore gun 2A82-1M, fed by an automatic loading device. The secondary armament consists of a 12.7mm Cord machine gun and 7.62mm PKTM machine gun. The tank is capable of launching laser-guided missiles and carries 45 rounds of ammunition. It is expected that the T-14 Armata tank will have static 4569 Level 5 protection. The Afghan tank's Active Protection System (APS) detects, tracks, and defeats incoming anti-tank munitions. The tank has a maximum speed of 90 km per hour and a range of 500 km thanks to the A85-3A diesel engine with turbocharging. Merkava 4, Israel. The Merkava Mark IV is the latest iteration of the Merkava main battle tank line by MAN-TAC, Merkava Tank Administration. The tank entered service with the Israel Defense Forces in 2004 and is considered one of the most well-protected tanks in the world. The MK4 is equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun capable of firing hit and sabot rounds, as well as anti-tank guided missiles (ATGMs). LAHAT. The tank's firepower is complemented by a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun and 12.7mm twin machine guns, as well as a 60mm grenade launcher. The Merkava MK4 has a special spaced armor, front armor sights, and Elbit warding laser system, and IMI smoke grenades. The tank's Active Protection System Trophy protects the crew from powerful anti-tank missiles. The tank has a maximum speed of 64 km per hour. VT4 MBT-3000, China. The VT4 tank, previously known as MBT-3000, is the third-generation tank developed and built mainly for export markets by China North Industries Corporation, Norinco. The Royal Thai Army first used this tank in 2017. The main battle tank is equipped with a 125mm smoothbore gun capable of firing APFSDS rounds, heat warheads, artillery and guided missiles, a remotely controlled 12.7mm anti-aircraft machine gun, and a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun are included as secondary armament. The tank has composite and explosive reactive armor. The Active Protection System GL5 APS protects tanks, armored vehicles, anti-tank guided missiles, and anti-tank weapons. The maximum speed of the VT4 tank is 70 km per hour and its maximum range is 500 km. Leclerc, France. The Leclerc is a French main battle tank developed by GIAT Industries, now Nextra Systems, for the French Army, which is also used by the UAE Army. In January 1992, the French procurement agency DGA received the first Leclerc tank. The Leclerc is a third-generation tank equipped with the NATO standard 120mm smoothbore gun CN-120-26, a coaxial 12.7mm machine gun, and a roof-mounted 7.62mm machine gun. The tank can withstand 40 shots of 120mm ammunition and about 950 shots of 12.7mm ammunition. The innovative modular armor made of steel, ceramics, and Kevlar provides all-around protection for the crew and can be raised to protect against IEDs, mines, and RPGs. The Galax self-protection system installed on the tank tank further enhances its survivability. The tank can attack targets at a speed of 50 km per hour on any terrain, and its maximum speed is 72 km per hour. Challenger 2 United Kingdom. The primary battle tank of the British Army and the Royal Army of Oman is the Challenger 2. Based on the Challenger 1 tank, it was designed and built by the British company Vickers Defence Systems, now BAE Systems. The capabilities of the Challenger 2 were demonstrated during its use in Bosnia, Kosovo, and Iraq, where it was advertised as the most reliable main battle tank in the world. The main armament of the Challenger 2 is the 120mm L30 Charm Challenger main armament gun with additional armament including a Sea Exile 7.62mm chain gun and a 7.62mm machine gun mounted on the turret. The tank can carry 50 armor-piercing, fiend-stabilized discarding sabot, APF-SDS high-explosive squash head, hash, and sock shells, as well as 4,000 7.62mm rounds. The Challenger 2's second-generation Chobham armor provides excellent protection against direct-fire weapons. The Perkins Counter CV-12 engine has a maximum speed of 59 km per hour on the highway and 40 km per hour off-road. K2 Black Panther, South Korea. The Hyundai Rotem K2 Black Panther, South Korea's new main battle tank, is a modern MBT designed for the Republic of Korea Army (ROKA) to provide high mobility, firepower, and self-defense. In 2014, the Black Panther joined the ROKA team. The main armament of the K2 Black Panther is a 120mm smoothbore gun capable of firing improved kinetic energy ammunition and equipped with an autoloader that can reload ammunition on the fly, even in rugged terrain. Additional armament includes 7.62mm and 12.7mm caliber machine guns. The K2 has high mobility on the battlefield with a maximum speed of 70 km per hour and a range of 450 km. For all-around protection against direct fire, the tank is equipped with composite armor and explosive reactive armor (ERA). Anti-bullet panels are also available to protect against explosions in the ammunition stowage. Leopard 2A7 Plus, Germany. In 2010, Krauss-Maffei Wegmans KMW introduced the Leopard 2A7 Plus, the new generation main battle tank (MBT). This updated version based on the Leopard 2 tank technology was adopted by the Bundeswehr, German Army, for urban combat and traditional military duties. Canada also fought in Afghanistan under NATO command, using the 2A7 Plus. The Leopard 2A7 Plus is equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun L55, which can fire both NATO standard ammunition and innovative programmed 120mm HE shells. The tank is also equipped with a remotely controlled light weapon station FLW-200, which is armed with a 7.62mm, 12.7mm machine gun or 40mm granite launcher. The vehicle is protected from anti-tank missiles, mines, improvised explosive devices (IEDs), and RPG fire by passive armor modules. Small grenade launchers located on both sides of the turret conceal the tank from the enemy's side. The MBT can be equipped with additional attachments such as a mine plow, mine roller, or a bulldozer blade to clear mines and obstacles. This tank is extremely mobile with a maximum speed of 72 km per hour and a range of 450 km. T-90MS, Russia. The T-90MS is an upgraded version of the main battle tank T-90 from Uralvagen, which was first presented in September 2011 at the Russian Expo Arms exhibition. The T-90MS has been significantly modernized to provide improved combat capabilities in modern battlefield conditions. The tank's 125mm gun 2A46M5 can fire many types of ammunition with remarkable accuracy. The tank is also equipped with a remotely controlled weapon station and a 7.62mm anti-aircraft machine gun 6P7K. Modular ERA panels located on the rear and side walls of the tank provide protection against small arms fire and shell fragments. The front of the hull and the turret can be equipped with reactive armor, Relict, for anti-tank missile defense. In addition, the T-90MS has an optoelectronic screening system and an electromagnetic protection system. The tank can reach a maximum speed of 60 km per hour thanks to its V92S2F engine, with a nominal power of 1,130 HP. Type 10 TKX, Japan. Type 10 TKX is a fourth-generation main battle tank developed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries for the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force (JGSDF). The tank entered service with the JGSDF in 2012 and was highly praised for its mobility. The Type 10 tank is equipped with a 120mm smoothbore gun, a 12.7mm heavy machine gun, and a 7.62mm Type 74 gun. During integrated combat operations, powerful C4I technology ensures interaction with infantry. The tank's body is protected by modular ceramic composite armor against grenade launcher fire, heat rounds, and anti-tank missiles. Additional modules can be easily removed or installed to adjust the level of protection. The water-cooled diesel engine develops 1,200 HP and a maximum speed of 70 km per hour. We have looked at tanks that are already in service, the most powerful and technologically advanced models, but let's think about what tanks we might expect in the future. According to the results of a study by Forecast International, the global tank market will be worth $31.6 billion in the next 10 years. During this time, 7,800 main battle tanks will be built in different countries. Various related programs, including modernization, maintenance, and others, can increase the volume of this market several times. Firepower. The tank's capabilities in detecting and destroying typical targets will significantly increase. The problem of effectively detecting small camouflage targets in normal and limited visibility conditions will be solved. The tank of the future will be able to detect all threatening and vital targets with high precision in a matter of seconds, 0.85–0.9 seconds, both while stationary and on the move under conditions of good visibility and at a direct firing range 4,000 to 5,000 meters. The tank will retain similar capabilities at relatively shorter distances, 2,500 to 3,000 meters, in adverse conditions, in the dark, fog, rain, dust, and so on. In other words, the tank will become an all-weather weapon capable of reliably operating at any time of day or night. These can be achieved through the integration of observation and automatic search systems that operate in a wide range of electromagnetic waves, including optics, thermal imaging, low-level infrared observation devices, radar operating in the millimeter range, and an onboard computer capable of identifying targets based on multiple characteristics, including their specific signatures. The upgraded main armament will retain its combined nature. It will be a missile launcher firing through the barrel. The caliber of the tank gun will increase to 140 to 155 millimeters, improving its ballistic characteristics with a slight increase in weight. The barrel channel will remain smooth, thus providing a lightweight and sturdy barrel structure with high ballistic characteristics. A caliber of 140 to 155 mm will increase the armor-piercing capability of hypervelocity armor-piercing shells, the destructive effect of cumulative shells, and the ability of high-explosive fragmentation shells to destroy tanks using the impulse effect without penetrating armor. It will also create volume explosion ammunition, which is highly effective when used against enemy personnel, even in cover and armored targets. The tank can also use liquid propellants, which increases the amount of ammunition carried. Thanks to their low molecular composition, such substances can significantly enhance the effectiveness and accuracy of hypervelocity armor-piercing shells by increasing the initial velocity and allow the ballistic characteristics of universal shells to be programmed. It is likely that a system will soon appear that provides precise automatic aiming at a selected target and tracking it during its movement and maneuvering of the tank itself. The functioning of the stabilization system will be significantly improved thanks to the controlled body stabilization system. The probability of hitting a target when firing on the move will be 80 to 85% compared to firing from a stationary weapon. Defense. With the appearance of the most modern means of the tank warfare, the issue of their protection is of particular importance now and in the future, a complex and difficult problem to solve. But it can and should be successfully solved thanks to new achievements in engineering and scientific thought. Of course, we are not talking about absolute tank invulnerability. Losses are inevitable in combat operations, but it is important to keep them within reasonable limits, beyond which any successful combat operations on the front line can become impossible. This problem can be solved comprehensively by increasing the individual survivability of the tank, conducting camouflage measures in the troops, conducting active counterintelligence activities, and delivering massive strikes on enemy firing positions. It is also necessary to create the required superiority in forces. The need to increase the stealth of tanks on the battlefield leads to absolutely fantastic projects. According to some reports, the armed forces of Great Britain are testing a new secret technology that makes tanks and infantry invisible. The new invention uses video cameras and projectors, which project reflections of the surrounding environment onto a specifically designed tank covered in silicon, which increases its reflecting ability. Tanks are being developed in the US that will be able to change color on the battlefield. The new vehicles will be distinguished from ordinary ones by a special coating that uses nanotechnology. The new technology will make it possible to create chameleon tanks that will change their color, adapting to the dominant color of the external environment. This will make them practically invisible on the battlefield. Whether to believe this or not is up to everyone, time will tell. By the way, according to some reports, we also have science fiction enthusiasts in our country. It is reported that work is already underway to create a new type of armor, electromagnetic. Designers are deciding whether it will be a kind of force field capable of stopping rockets and grenades approaching the tank, or electrified armor. It should be noted that as part of the modernization of their tanks, Americans and British often use developments from Soviet tank builders, who created unique combat systems. For example, the American corporation Raytheon has developed an active defense system for armored vehicles against anti-tank rockets, the Quick Kill system, which operates on the principle used by Soviet engineers, developers of the Drost, Drost-2, and Arena systems. QKS fires a projectile at the anti-tank missile, which destroys it with a directed explosion. Russian systems destroyed enemy ammunition with fragmentation grenades. The disadvantage of such defense technology is that soldiers near the tank can be injured by shrapnel. The American system, which uses a directed explosion, cannot harm soldiers. Another American development in the Close-In Countermeasure System, CICS, which operates on the same principle, shooting shrapnel towards the missile, which destroys it before it reaches its target. Both systems are currently in the development stage, while Drost was installed on Soviet tanks as early as 1983. Given the overall assessment of expected achievements in the development of means of destruction and protection, it can be confidently said that the balance between them will not be disturbed in the foreseeable future, although there might be a slight predominance of one over the other. In any case, it will be difficult to hit a third millennium tank even with the most powerful means of destruction. Developing powerful weapons and reliable means of protection against this tank will be an equally challenging task. High tank losses during the Middle East War in 1973, 50% of the tank fleet was destroyed within 1 week, and during the siege of Grozny, as well as insignificant losses of allies in the Persian Gulf War, only 18 tanks in total, are atypical examples. The problem of protecting tanks from the damaging effects of nuclear weapons should be addressed as part of general measures to protect against conventional means of destruction. Placing the tank crew in a capsule will significantly reduce the level of penetrating radiation in the event of nuclear explosion and the effect of the shock wave without increasing the tank's weight and internal volume. It is difficult to make long-term forecasts now. The world is changing too fast, and who knows what tomorrow will bring. Tanks undoubtedly have great potential on the battlefield. Write which tank is your favorite, as well as which tanks you would like to see in the future. Don't forget to like the video, it will greatly help us develop the channel. Meantime, this was Pancake with you, as always, wishing you all a good mood and a favorable wind.